It's rather a very, very cool and very, very windy day. And I'm wearing a tank top. It's almost too cool, but I'm going to be riding a bike. So maybe that will counter it. I'm going to take a short bike ride to show you why the electricity was knocked out the other night and to show you Coldwater Creek and tell you about it. I hope I'm not making a mistake. It's rather chilly out here. I'll probably get pneumonia. I hope not. Never had it, and I really don't want it. This is Shackleford Road. It's very busy. There used to be a farm across the street back in the 70s, and there were cows over there. You go about half a mile up, there's a bluff, and the Deloge's house is at the top. I'll tell you about that later. But we're headed that way, and I'll show you why we were without electricity. I doubt very much if anyone's going 40 miles an hour. I really do. This is why we lost electric power. Somebody had hit that. It must have been going at a pretty doggone good speed, I tell you. And that pole there is the one they replaced. And it runs wires over to, there's a transformer, that's that cylindrical thing on the post. So that's why we lost electricity. That's what the houses around here look like. Pretty nice, actually. An arm of the Coldwater Creek comes through the neighborhood, and all this stuff gets overgrown, and the neighborhood association was talking about having it trimmed and how some people won't touch it. Probably because they know the secret of Coldwater Creek. See the water flowing? This is an arm of the Coldwater Creek. Coldwater Creek became famous in 1942, Second World War time. They were developing nuclear weapons, and Mallinckrodt, a company downtown St. Louis, was using uranium-238 and another, fluoridium or something. And their waste products, they didn't know what to do with, so they took those barrels and barrels and barrels of waste product, and there were 3 sites where they dumped off these barrels. 2 are real close to the airport, and 1 is along a route I travel a lot when I go anywhere in Hazelwood. Technically, I think all 3 of them are in Hazelwood. I'm not sure. And through the years, it leached out into the groundwater, underground creeks and caves. And a lot of people that are about my age, a little bit younger, who used to play in this creek when they were little kids, are dying off like crazy with cancers. We didn't live here then, or I'm sure I would have played in it too. But it was the Manhattan Project. I never really knew what that was. I know they made a movie out of it. There's a book called The Manhattan Project. But that's what it is. Poison. Nice. I guess those are rain clouds. It's breezy and cool and really nice out. This neighborhood's called Concept 70s, or at least it was in the 70s. Modular homes. It's technically not in our subdivision, but they've been doing streets here too. And I've noticed a lot of them are cracking, and they're going to have to redo them. Hope that doesn't happen on my street. This poor neighborhood, the Concept 70s, was the first one to have streets done. And they've had this crap sitting on their median for a month and a half. Now I'm going back this way and then left that on Matlock and then to my street. So, and the people on my street that fix cars and have crap all over the place, they're all out. Some of them are walking around, young teenagers, white and black, but they all act kind of ghetto and they're all laughing at you and stuff. I like to smack them. Not sure you can see, it's like a hairline crack, a diagonal crack. Now this is my street. A 45-minute bike ride with 10 minutes by Coldwater Creek. Maybe 10 minutes. Pretty good, I'd say, for some big old fat broad that is extremely out of shape. Yeah, unfortunately I think a lot of the concrete that looks so nice is developing all these little cracks. That's not good because they're going to have to redo it. Or they'll just say screw it and it will develop a whole lot of cracks and fall apart. For some reason, people nowadays, when they think of something, they get in their car and drive off and come back home, and if they think of something else, they get in the car again and drive off. Instead of sitting and thinking, making a list or whatever nerdy stuff like I do, and making one trip or making a 2 or 3 hour errand run. No, that's not how people seem to be around here. Any chance to drive all over, I guess that's the American way. Maybe if I had some super little sports car, brand new, I'd feel like driving all over the place too. I'd go from here to Chicago or up to Iowa or down to Georgia or wherever. With my car, I'm lucky I make it to the grocery store or Speak Italian Club. Upward and onward.